Hello, I'm Roger Hirst, the Police, Fire and Crime Commissioner for Essex. I'd like to update you following a conversation I had with Kit Malthouse, the Minister for Crime, Police and the Fire Service, in the light of the new policing powers. Firstly, it's important to stress these powers are around making sure that people conform to the social distancing rules, stay home and save lives. The police initial response is going to be to encourage people to go home, make sure that they get the right advice and appeal to their better natures. Only then will we be seeing them issue fixed penalty notices, which, as I'm sure you know start at £60 but can rise to nearly £1,000 for subsequent offences. The other powers to disperse people and use reasonable force to take them home, again intended to make sure that we acknowledge the social distancing, stay home and save lives. I think it's also worthwhile mentioning that we talked about the logistics problems around protective personal equipment. We know there are issues there. Got good assurance that those are being solved, and we can certainly find some local solutions to that. We have to recognise that things have changed in the last couple of weeks, but I can assure you that the police service and the fire and rescue service are working well. We've got as much resource focused on the front line as we can have. And we're still providing the same service in terms of keeping vulnerable people safe, in terms of responding and putting out fires, and of course catching criminals. I was really glad to see actually in the last week the Fire Brigades Union come round and agree that their members can actually drive ambulances and indeed deliver food and vital medical supplies to vulnerable people. Really glad to see them do that in response to the pressure from their own membership. I can also tell you that our victim support services are really still working as they should be. That's obviously something that we need to work on and make sure we support the voluntary sector, but we've had such a good response from volunteers across the county, haven't we, and across the country. Not just in terms of the NHS, but our special constables and indeed our on-call firefighters. We have some of the best availability of on-call fire services that we've seen in quite a long time. And the special constables delivering 4,600 hours of work in the last week, 1,000 hours more than the same week last year, something like 770 interventions and incidents, and actually 69 arrests. So some really good things going on around our county. I'd just like to assure you as well that we're making sure across the piece that we are getting the right resources into the right place. I'm taking part in meetings with the criminal justice system, with the health system, and indeed with businesses, all of whom are working at their very hardest to make sure that you are kept as safe as you can be. But just to re-emphasise again, the key thing is stay home, save lives, protect the NHS. Thank you.